Just 1 hour ago, Atz Kilcher from Alaska, the last frontier, completely shattered the internet when authorities raided his private barn and uncovered absolutely horrifying things hidden inside that barn. Everybody is losing their minds right now because this man has lived like a ghost for years, super quiet, super private. Nobody expected this level of darkness from him. What exactly did the troopers find in Atz's locked barn? That has the entire state of Alaska talking. You're about to find out. But first, if you're new here, smash that like button right now and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss what comes next. Atz Kilcher, one of the most recognizable faces on Discovery's Alaska The Last Frontier, has always hated cameras, hated fame, hated attention. He did everything possible to keep his life completely off the grid, but behind that wall of privacy was a man carrying secrets that were about to explode. For years, Atz practically lived inside that barn. He never let anyone near it. He barely came out himself. People started whispering something isn't right here, and when the authorities finally forced their way in, what they saw. Wait, did you know that literally days after that barn raid, Atz almost died? Yes, I'm dead serious. Let's unpack the whole nightmare because the truth is way darker than you think. When Atz first joined the show, everybody saw this strong, silent family man, the guy who could survive anything, the guy who made the Alaskan wilderness look easy. Fans adored watching him hunt, fish, build cabins, raise his kids through brutal winters. He was the unbreakable hero. But what nobody realized is that lately Atz has been falling apart piece by piece, one disaster after another. And the worst part, he refuses to ask for help because in his mind asking for help makes him weak. People who worked with him said, we saw the danger on TV, but we never saw the warning signs that this man was about to completely break. And now everybody is asking, is Atz going to survive this storm alone, or is he finally going to crack? Fans started connecting the dots between his quiet withdrawal and some serious legal trouble while filming the show. Atz became famous, but fame comes with a price, and that price was his privacy. But even worse, it was his peace, because suddenly every mistake, every dark moment was about to be dragged into the light. The show follows the Kilcher family living completely off-grid, no electricity, no running water, no modern anything, just raw survival. And Atz made sure the world saw him as the ultimate provider, the unbreakable father, the man who could handle anything. But that perfect image became his prison, because when real life started hitting him hard, he couldn't let anybody see him weak. He climbed mountains without ropes, hunted bears in blizzards, built entire homesteads with his bare hands. The man looked fearless, but behind closed doors his world was collapsing. Recent seasons showed something different. Atz looked tired, distracted, broken. Fans flooded comment sections begging, are you okay, man? We can see something is wrong. And then the truth started leaking out off camera. Atz was drowning in legal battles, health crises, and shame so deep he couldn't even tell his own family. And then the unthinkable happened. Atz went hiking in Otter Cove with his buddy Mark. They got caught out after dark. Atz lost his footing and fell almost 40 feet straight down onto rocks. Everybody thought he was dead. He shattered his arm, punctured both lungs, crushed his ankles, broke his hips, cracked ribs. The injuries were so bad doctors weren't sure he would walk again. He spent months in the hospital fighting for his life, and even after he got out, walking was agony. Recovery was supposed to take years. The man who once ran through the wilderness like a beast was now learning how to stand again, and instead of leaning on people, he shut down completely. Depression hit him like a freight train. He smiled for the cameras, but inside he was screaming. And the craziest part, Jane, his wife, didn't even know how bad it was until she got that midnight phone call that no spouse ever wants to receive. She rushed to the hospital completely shattered. When Atz finally started posting updates from his hospital bed with x-rays and braces and casts, the caption broke millions of hearts. He wrote about how the fall humbled him, how the past year almost destroyed him, but how grateful he was for his family and fans. The messages poured in by the thousands, but something else was brewing. While he was still healing, Atz decided to sue Otter Cove Resort for $100,000, claiming there were no warning signs, no safety measures. The resort hit back hard, saying he was reckless, hiking in the dark after dark. The legal fight got ugly and Atz lost, but that was just the beginning, because right when he thought things couldn't get worse, he got caught in the biggest hunting scandal Alaska has ever seen. Atz and the film crew used a helicopter to get dropped into a remote black bear hunting zone now in Alaska that is a massive crime. Same-day airborne hunting is strictly illegal. You cannot use aircraft to hunt, transport hunters, or game parts, period. Somebody on the crew, a medic who got fired, got so disgusted that he called Alaska state troopers anonymously and dropped the entire bomb. The troopers investigated, confirmed the helicopter flights matched the filming dates, and Charged Atz Lee with illegal hunting practices. The production company Wilma TV got slapped with a $17,000 fine and Atz Lee had to pay thousands plus court costs. In court, Atz Lee looked broken. He told the judge the producers pressured him, told him it was fine, told him nobody would ever know. His lawyer argued they never actually killed a bear on that trip, so technically no crime, but the judge didn't care. Using the helicopter alone was enough. Guilty fans were devastated there. Wilderness hero. The guy who was supposed to respect nature more than anyone had broken the very laws he taught viewers to follow. Discovery stayed quiet, kept airing episodes, but everybody could feel the tension. Atz Lee disappeared from social media for months. No hunting photos, no family updates, nothing. And then the rumors started flying that his son Otto was dead. Completely fake, malicious lies designed to hurt the family. And then people came for Etienne and Piper, the two kids Jane fought so hard to keep off camera. She finally snapped and posted on Facebook that her children are not a secret, they just deserve privacy, and the internet trolls need to back off. Fans rallied behind her, but the damage was done. And then the biggest bomb of all dropped. Jane and Atz Lee, after 17 years of what looked like the strongest marriage in Alaska, are getting divorced. Jane went public talking about betrayal, talking about past cheating, talking about how reality TV destroyed their relationship. She said, "The land is our legacy, our kids are our legacy, but the marriage is over." She is now throwing herself into community work, preserving Alaskan traditions and trying to heal, while Atz Lee is barely holding on. And now we come full circle back to that barn raid, the one nobody saw coming. Authorities finally got a warrant, something about anonymous tips, years of suspicious activity, and when they kicked that door in, what they found inside has the potential to end Atz Lee's entire legacy forever. The Kilcher name could be finished after this. Do you think he can ever come back from what was hidden in that barn? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this story is only getting darker and I will keep you updated the second new information drops. Turn on that bell because you do not want to miss what comes next.